another episode of Wet Hot Wine. On this episode, we'll pop some corks, but we hope we don't burst your bubble. And also, we'll talk about what glass goes well with champagne. We've made it to another episode of Wet Hot Wine. Today kicks off our first pairing episode where we talk about wine and pair it with a conversation about something that actually matters to us. Today's pairing is the world of sparkling wine and the ups and downs of adult friendships. We're calling it Bubbles and Besties. Everybody clap. I'm excited to be back in the hosting seat today and can't wait to get into conversation that pairs honesty, laughter, and a little bit of sparkle. And we can't forget what we're pairing these wines with. The topic of adult friendships. It's a topic we are all very passionate about, and I have a feeling we'll be bringing some strong opinions, but also some good ideas to the table. A little cheesy? Maybe. But we'd say wine pairs pretty well with cheese. Oh my gosh. Woo! So let's get started. I say we should maybe just jump right in and get started on these bubbles. Oh, but first, gloves off, ladies.
Gloves off.
We're taking our gloves off in case anybody wants to know.
We were wearing gloves.
We were wearing gloves, and now we're not wearing gloves.
Glove free. Thank goodness.
Oh
we can pick up glasses now.
Today I learned that Stephanie has a large collection of really long, fancy gloves.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me.
Yeah. Fun fact.
I own a lot of fancy gloves.
Yes.
So this is called La Vostra? La Vostra?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
It's a Prosecco.
Full disclosure, I do not really know much about sparkling white or champagne. I've only ever had champagne once in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Like any kind of sparkling wine or
and-
just champagne?
And at this last New Year's Eve, like real champagne.
Oh, okay.
The only other time I've ever had champagne is I went to a party with my now sister-in-law, and it was hosted by Moet, so I got to drink some fancy stuff.
Oh.
But that was like, anyway, I'm not going to talk about how long ago that was. It is a Prosecco Superiore DOCG Brut. So DOCG stands for Designated Origin, Controlled Origin. It's very difficult for me to say it in Italian, so I'm not going to try.
That's fine.
But
that's what it means.
Let's see.
But in Italian.
This Prosecco wine is full of lively citrus and green apple notes wrapped in a bouquet of white spring flowers.
Ooh.
Its fine bubbles and balanced profile are delightful. And I believe them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, do you want me to teach you how to open the wine bottle properly?
Yes, please. As someone that has never done this.
So a lot of people think that you just, take out the cage and then you like push the cork up and then it goes flying and it's fun. But a lot of times like the wine also comes spewing out. But I learned a little fun trick, or maybe it's the proper way to open sparkling wine.
Does it involve a saber?
No, that might also be proper as well.
That'd be kind of
Maybe
fun.
we could do a night where we
Does
just
it
open
involve
wine
using your teeth?
with
Maybe. Okay, so step one, you take off the cage and you're supposed to still point it away from people.
Safety.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Because sometimes, and I've had it happen, when you take the cage off, the cork decides it wants out right away. So
we're all just, I'm bracing myself.
the
I don't know
cork
why.
is a safety.
You are the
I mean,
closest to the
cage
flight.
is a safety mechanism. Okay, so the trick is usually you have a towel, and I don't have a towel today, but you hold the cork in your hand tight, and instead of pushing out the cork, you twist the bottle. And Woo! Comes out. And look at that. No wine is spilling out.
Wow.
And it was safe.
Fancy.
Right. So should we pour this thing?
Yes, please.
100%.
All right.
Do you know a secret? Is there a secret to pouring sparkling wine?
Maybe there is.
Oh yeah, for the bubbles.
Anybody know? I mean,
I don't
maybe
know.
like a beer.
I know
where
with
you-
beer, you like do it at an
tilt it.
angle to like
We're
not
gonna
get
do
all
that
the,
like this.
the
I don't
head
know
of
what
bubbles.
is right.
That's a lot.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
I'm happy.
It's a lot. Does somebody else want to give me a
yes.
glass?
Thanks, friend.
It's been a long week.
It
Yeah.
has.
So today we're using a little bit smaller glasses than we normally use in our other episodes. And that's because sparkling wine kind of wants its own glass. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah. So I don't know. We were talking about drinking sparkling wine and like what kind of glass should we drink out of. And Britt has these really cute glasses that are called a coupe, which I don't know if you want to grab yours and we could show the
grab it.
camera. But they're a wide, kind of short glass, like it's a real, what's the word? Stout little guy.
Short and stout.
Short and stout. So cute. And they were like, if you think about the Roaring 20s, this isn't technically a coupe, but it's very, very similar to what a coupe is like. And so if you think about the Roaring 20s, the Great Gatsby, like that's what they were drinking out of. And it looks really fun and romantic. But functionally, it's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Because the bubbles have so much surface area on the top that they just kind of pop and disappear, and the aromas are not contained. They're out in the universe and you don't really get to smell it.
Yeah.
So, and then modern days, most of us probably think about the flute, right? Which is that long and skinny, very efficient, doesn't take up a lot of space in your cabinet, and it really holds in those bubbles because it's such a tiny surface area at the top. But it's really hard to get your nose in there. There's not a lot of breathing room, so to speak, to really smell the champagne or the sparkling wine. So ideally, you really want something called a tulip, or because we had a hard time finding them, we're just using white wine glasses.
White wine glasses.
Because they're the perfect like marriage of these two. They're a little bit wider. You can get in there and smell it. But they are narrow enough to kind of hold in those bubbles.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Right?
That is interesting. All right. So let's cheers.
Cheers.
Woohoo! To our sparkles tonight. Ooh.
I almost smell like floral.
I think it said like spring flowers.
Oh,
yeah.
I smell the
that.
green apple pretty strongly.
Yeah.
Or the
apple
pear.
for me too.
Like a crisp pear.
I smell apple.
I already tried it and it's great.
It is great.
It's great.
Ooh, it's very appley.
It is. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
And the bubbles are nice.
Yes. Can I talk about bubbles a little bit?
Please.
So, one of the things for me that helps with kind of learning about wine, and I know that we talked about it like a couple episodes back when we were talking about the body of wine, and we were kind of using some analogies about, how you could kind of connect the dots with other practical things, especially if you're not super familiar with wine. But I thought it was interesting because I've had plenty of sparkling wine. I've had champagne before. But I don't think I ever really knew like the difference in all the bubbles and kind of how they feel and what that means. So I did a little research and I have a couple of analogies that might kind of sound interesting to people. But so as far as like the mouthfeel and like things that you can think of is, so champagne bubbles, they're kind of more of like the, silky smooth feeling. So they say the bubbles kind of melt when you take a drink. They melt
Okay.
evenly over your tongue. Prosecco bubbles, which are going to be bigger bubbles, they pop. They pop.
I can see that.
And then Cava bubbles, which are
I can feel it right now.
Cava bubbles, which are going to be a little bit more like similar to the champagne, kind of in between the two. Those bubbles spark.
Ooh.
So kind of in between.
Spark. Okay.
Spark. Yes. And then if we want another analogy, let's talk about the weather.
Yes.
Why not? Champagne bubbles are like a light snow where each little snowflake just melts onto your tongue if you put your tongue out there.
Nice.
Yeah. Prosecco bubbles are like a steady rain, like Pacific Northwest.
I was going to say hail.
Well, I mean, it could be, but a steady rain where you feel each drop, like the definition between each drop.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then Cava is like a coastal mist.
Oh, coastal mist.
So I thought all that was really interesting because you don't really think about the distinguishing factors of bubbles.
Yeah.
So when you say spark, the first thing I thought of was Pop Rocks.
Oh,
that was some. Okay. When I was reading that analogy came up. They were talking about like the popping candies.
Okay.
Or like
I feel like this Prosecco kind of feels like Pop Rocks to me.
Well, this might also seem weird, but I like how you can hear the drink. Like when you hold it
like
on
in your
tongue.
mouth. Yeah.
When you hold it on your tongue, you can hear it. It's like a little storm in your mouth. Or like little waves crashing. I mean,
it's very sensory.
This is my first glass, I swear.
So this would be, because this is a Prosecco, so this would have the pop. So these are going to probably be the most aggressive bubbles.
Oh yeah,
these are aggressive bubbles.
So the thing about
Mm-hmm.
Prosecco is that it's made a little bit differently than Cava and Champagne, and it's like made in a like faster, kind of more like almost like more mass. I don't know if that's technically the right term, like massly made. It's made using the tank method. So like I'm not going to go into all the details, but like basically they make a still wine, then they put it in a big tank, and then they add sugar and yeast, and then that's kind of where it does a second fermentation, but it's like all together in a big tank. Whereas the two others that we'll taste today, Cava and Champagne, they do that second fermentation still in each individual bottle. So it's a little bit different techniques, and there's more details, but that's just a high level version of why it's a little different. So that means that Prosecco is also a little bit, it's made faster, and it's also usually a little bit less expensive because of the way that it's made. It's and like once it kind of ferments, it doesn't really need to age. Like you can drink it young. So that's also probably why it can be a better price point too. So you don't have to get that Prosecco and let it sit. I mean, you can. I don't think it's going to mess it up too much, but
I think they said it doesn't affect the taste at all. Like, so it's
so you might as well just drink it right away.
Yeah,
you don't need to set that thing.
Just burn a hole.
You guys, with these bubbles, I'm working really hard not to be burping all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're prim and proper tonight, so no burps allowed. But yeah, now that we got our wine, should we start talking a little bit about what we're pairing this wine with our adult friendships conversation?
Yes.
I feel like it's like a topic that's like really something that we are passionate about and something that we really care about, and I think it's like something that affects people like as adults, like from all stages of life. And so we just thought we'd have a cute little conversation. Just cute
Conversation.
But I thought it'd be fun if we kind of kicked off this conversation about kind of talking about how we all met and kind of what we went from like acquaintance to like actually being a friend, and just like, none of us met when we were like in childhood. Like we've all met each other. I mean, Britt and I have known each other for a long time, but we met as adults.
Still as an adult.
Yeah, because we're old. And so like I guess just like I wanted to kind of hear like if there was like a moment, or if there was like just something that you're like, I think these people maybe are sticking around, or I don't know, like I was just curious like what your kind of like perspectives or.
Well, I think I met everyone here through Shannon. Because our children, our oldest, went to kindergarten together.
Yes.
And my son would come home with notes, I think, that I couldn't understand because kindergarten. And then he would tell me, my friend Isla says we're going to meet at the park. And I'd be like, okay, well, what day?
She's a planner.
And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, what time? He's like, I don't know. Like, well, do you have her parents' phone number? No. And so this went on, I think, for most of the school year.
Just a back note.
Yeah.
Side note. She like made me go to the park some days after school because she promised Wilder that she would be there.
But he misinterpreted. Wasn't sure. Is it today? Is it tomorrow?
no.
I don't know.
It's fair. It probably wasn't clear.
Finally, we got coordinated, and I think I wasn't even there, but you guys met my husband, and they had a little play date, and it was really awkward.
Yes, it was the most awkward play date I've ever had in my life. In case people are wondering why, both of our children are extremely shy.
Yeah. So I didn't really get to meet Shannon that day, and then I think I met you briefly at my son's birthday party.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a lot of time because it's birthday party hosting. And then finally we had another play date at the school playground one day, and you were just like, hey, I'm having
it was at a somebody else's birthday party.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know anybody except for I had met you guys briefly, so I like kind of clung to you guys. Do you remember?
Vice versa.
Do you remember what conversation we had there?
No.
I remember this.
What was it?
I remember I was talking about wine, and you're like, oh, I like wine. And I was like, oh, you do?
She likes all the wine.
I do.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you do like wine?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And that's how I was like, oh, Stephanie likes wine. And she goes, oh, she goes to wineries.
Sometimes.
And I invited you after that. I think it was pretty soon after that.
Oh, did I go? Well, I thought before that we had the play date and you invited me to a meat party.
Yes, you did come to a meat party too.
And this stood up to me because I wasn't ready. I didn't know you guys were having a party. Usually people bring like potluck style. I didn't have anything to bring, so I grabbed a bottle of wine.
Yeah, because I invited you like an hour before the party.
Yeah. And so I happened to have a bottle from Walla Walla from a winery I really liked. And it was a Merlot. Which I think it was a Merlot. It was either Merlot or Chardonnay.
I don't remember.
I think it was a Merlot. And you were like, oh, this is actually a good Merlot. And I was like, she likes my Merlot. So that stood out to me that, oh, she likes my, and then I went wine tasting, and then I felt like it just snowballed into hanging out like way too often, which was great.
Way too often. Yeah, we like invited you that was the summer that every week we did some kind of wine focused
thing. That was so great.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then Britt was there for all of those. Because she's like Shannon's sister.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. But I remember when I first met you at that party, I just thought like you were so friendly and you were just so like you were just down to hang with us, which I think is really cool. Like, and that's one of the things like, you know, when we're talking about adult friendships, is like just showing up. That's like a huge thing because everybody's so busy, and we get that, you know, everybody has lives, everybody has kids, we're, you know, all in different phases, but like just showing up and being down to hang out and do stuff, and you know, not just being like, oh yeah, I'll come hang out, and then you never show up. It's like, but it seemed like you were really genuinely interested, and we were like, would you want to go, you know, wine tasting with us? And then I remember after the party, like, I think you guys had left, and Shannon was like, do you think that she'll really come like wine tasting with us? Like, you know, she's like, do you think it was weird that I invited her? And like, I mean, do you think she thinks it's like we're just kind of like really too forward?
You know,
it's like we're talking about
these things in like high school, but it still happens.
It's still true. Like you still have these like insecurities of like, or like even in a dating relationship, like, oh, am I coming on too strong? Or, you know, and I remember Shannon and I having that conversation of like, you know, do we invite her? Is it too soon? Is it too soon? Like, are we calling her back too soon? Or should we wait a couple more days? Or
no, it was great.
And yeah, it was like she came with us, and it was like from then on, it was like she was just there. And I feel like it was really similar with you too. Like,
I'm glad you feel that way because it didn't feel that way for me.
Oh. How was it for you, Chelsea?
Super awkward.
Super awkward.
For context, I was coming out of a pretty deep depression when Shannon met me. I was re-entering the workforce after like not being a part of it for almost a decade. And I have some pretty I had some pretty big like letdowns, like as far as friendship goes. You know, I had two previous friends previous people that I thought were really great friends, but it just turned out they thought one of them thought I was stalking them.
Oh my gosh.
The other one, I'm thinking now, because hindsight's 2020. I think I just misread a lot of the cues. I thought we were getting along and relating really well, but like maybe I just wanted to relate really well to them because my daughter really enjoyed that friendship, and as a mom, it's really special to see your child and another child just having a blast. It's like it's so cool. So that was where I was coming from when I met Shannon. We were both tie-dyeing little t-shirts for our kids at the school. And, we got to talking, and luckily I'm not a very talkative person. Like, if it had just been me, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just done what I was there to do, like been very cordial about it and like gone left, whatever. But my husband was with me, and he is just like the friendliest person. I'm the introvert, he's the extrovert balance. So he was talking to everybody. He struck up a conversation with Shannon. The three of us started talking.
Hold on. That is not what happened.
I thought it was him that started talking.
I literally, during that whole time we were working on the tie-dyeing, we were just me and you.
Okay.
Gabbing away. Like, just nonstop.
He was talking.
No.
Oh,
you were like, yeah, my husband's the one who's really chatty. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, really? Like, because he barely said a word that day. Like, he was very quiet. But he kept saying, oh, my husband, he's really chatty. And I was like...
okay. Well, that's what I was thinking that. So I guess I just made that a reality.
I mean, he wasn't like
energy.
Totally like, not talking, but you were the very chatty one. I was like, I like her. She's chatty.
Yeah. So then you invited us, or you like told us that you were also from Texas, right?
Yeah, when we were leaving, and we were both like, what?
Yeah.
I think I was more excited.
We connected there. And then later on you invited us to a meat party, and like, we like, it wasn't a big deal to you, but it was a big deal to us because up until that point, Steph and I have been the people that would invite people to our home.
Makes a difference.
And because we have, most of our friends live about 30 minutes away. So when we first moved to this area, we lived very close to our friends. And then my husband got a job that took us 30 minutes away, like out of town. So we see our friends maybe like 3 or 4 times a year if we're lucky. And it's always a very carefully coordinated thing. Yeah. So it was like really, really just surprising that there was a spontaneous invite, and it was just down the road. And there was going to be, there was the promise of meat because it was a meat party.
Yeah. I feel like, hold on, before I'm going to cut you off, because I feel like our listeners deserve to know what a meat party is.
It's been totally PG.
Yeah, it is totally PG.
If you want,
in spite of the name.
Well, I mean, we all gather around Jeremy's meat.
Jeremy's meat. Yes.
My husband.
Shannon's meat.
Shannon's
husband's meat. Yes. We all gather around his meat and devour it.
Well, first we take a good look.
We take a good look and we say, yes, this meat is good.
There's some ceremonial smoking.
Ceremonial. We read some of Song of Solomon.
Oh my gosh. So my husband, just a backstory, my husband got really into smoking meat, like brisket, like Texas style smoking. And during COVID, we started having these, inviting people over, because that's when he started doing it. Inviting people over because it was just too much food. And it just started with a small group of people. So then it just kind of grew into this thing that we did somewhat regularly. And it was usually kind of a last minute thing. Like, we're like, sometimes it was planned.
Sometimes we'd have themes. They'd be themes. Because like we'd get bored with just brisket. So then sometimes it'd be like, oh, well, he's going to smoke some meat, but it's going to be like Hawaiian style. So let's have a luau.
Was that the one that you came to?
Yeah.
We got all out in the luau one.
A lot of luau decor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Goes with my gloves.
Of course. But yeah, anyway, so
yes,
just because we've referenced these meat parties several times. So
yeah,
I feel like I wanted to let the listeners into our shenanigans.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean.
So Chelsea came to a meat party.
So we went. And we had a really great time, and we met so many just friendly people, and I think it was really refreshing for us. It was like a very low stress, fun experience, and our kids also had fun. Usually by the end of the night, my children are like, "Can we go home? I'm tired." Or, they end up fighting with the other kids because the other kids are also tired.
Yeah.
And,
that happens.
There's a little bit of drama, but no, it was just such a drama-free, positive night, and I think I got to talk to almost everyone there for like at least 2 seconds. So it was just really nice.
2 seconds.
Yeah, it was just really nice, and I didn't feel like I had usually I feel like I have to kind of like be outgoing and kind of like put myself out there and like make an effort to talk to people, but it was just very casual,
Yeah.
So
Well, and then I have to say, like, then I would invite people. I sometimes would just kind of put out blanket invites out to people, like, hey, like, especially when the three of us like to go out to wine country. It's about an hour away, and go do tastings and stuff like that. And so I always just, people always say that they would like to come. So I'll just send a blanket invite out. And it is a little bit more of a involved process. So it's not very common that people say, yeah. But Chelsea kept saying, yeah. And she would come with us. And that kind of honestly sealed the deal. And we're like, well, okay, she's in. She's saying yes. Like,
yeah. And then things escalated. You started inviting me, just me out to go wine tasting.
Yeah.
And
Forget
stuff.
everybody else.
And I was like, oh, wow. And I think I even declined one time because I wasn't feeling well. And you still invited me the next time. And that was a surprise for me because I hadn't really had that experience in a long time with a new friend. Like usually it went, well, like, it had been going where somebody would get really excited about hanging out. And then the first time I had to decline because I didn't feel well.
Yeah.
They would, I don't know what it is. They would take it personally or something and then not invite me ever again,
Nope.
But that wasn't the case with you. And I feel like your expectations of friendship or a friendship with me were very realistic, and I loved that. Like sometimes I don't feel great.
Yeah.
That's
Totally fair. And I'm like a person who will ask people over and over again, and I'm okay with them telling me they can't make it. And especially because like this stage of life, like we're busy. Like
we're falling apart too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're all hanging by that thread. Like, and so it's just, I don't know. Like I'm okay with people saying they can't come,
Yeah. And also another thing I noticed about, when we started hanging out more often, it wasn't ever like, oh, someday we'll do this or someday we'll do that. It was like, we're going to do that when?
Yeah, it's like getting out our phones.
All bring out the calendars.
Yeah.
And we're all like, when do we have time to get this done?
Like I want to, like this friendship is like rich, and it's like something like I feel like other people like do truly want like something like this, but it is work. Like
it's work, yeah.
And it wasn't just like always just like right away like easy, like I mean we hung out with Stephanie like every week almost, but like still because like you're like, oh, I'm not like.
And I don't know about you guys, I still have like those middle school voices in my head, like you're annoying them, you're talking too much, they don't like what you're saying, like and it's so funny even at this age.
Yeah.
Like sometimes those voices and that self-doubt is still there.
Yeah.
Same.
And
it's true.
Can feel kind of vulnerable, like to have a really close friendship.
It is really vulnerable to have a close friendship.
It is. But I think like at the end of the day, like if somebody is like truly your friend and they truly love you, that they're going to overlook that and they don't see those things. Like, so interesting story is that I was just talking about this with my sister-in-laws, because it's like that after hang guilt there was a particular dinner where we're just talking about life. And in that, sometimes you're sharing about like hard things or struggles that you're going through. And then, you know, my sister-in-law's like, oh, no, now I'm going to be in the car on the way home telling my husband, I'm overthinking it. What did I say? What did I do? Did I share too much? Did I complain too much? Did I seem like I was negative? And just like these thoughts that like run around in your head. And, you know, and she shared that with us like very openly. And I'm like, I did not take any of that away from the conversation. Like it was just a good conversation.
Yeah.
I didn't think you talked too much. I didn't think what you were saying was negative. It was like, you know, because we share that you take each other's burdens and you share certain aspects of your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, but in your head, like you were saying, like you kind of have this internal dialogue where you're like laying awake in bed at night going, oh no, what did I say? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. They probably think I'm the worst for saying that. And I don't know. So but it's like at the end of the day, you have to realize that it's like, no, you know, if they're truly your friend and they truly love you and like they value you regardless. And nobody probably thinks that anyway.
Yeah. No, most likely they don't. But yeah, anyway. I relate to that too.
Yeah.
Should we open our next bottle of wine?
Yes. I feel like I really, really like Prosecco.
I mean,
Prosecco's really
I am a sucker for Prosecco.
Yeah.
Like,
I like the bubbles.
If I'm going to buy a bottle of sparkling wine, I always buy Prosecco, even though like people kind of like look down on it. But I like love it. Like it's
fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun experience. Just
but
having
know,
all the bubbles popping on your tongue.
Yeah.
Do you guys drink? I drink a lot of sparkling water, and I love like you know, you kind of get your favorites. Like some of it's like based on like the flavors they put in it. But honestly, like one of my favorites is Topo Chico.
Oh yeah, Topo Chico.
Because it has the big bubbles, and I love the big bubbles.
So Topo Chico is probably like the Prosecco of water.
It might be. I don't know. All right, we're going to move on to this next one, and this is a Cava. And today, I don't know if we talked about this. We're doing all brutes of these sparkling wines.
Let's show the beautiful.
This one is
sparkles.
extra fancy because it's sparkles.
It's perfect for this occasion.
Yeah, it really is. Can you see it? I don't know if you can tell it's sparkly though on the camera.
I think.
I picked it because it was sparkly. Anyway, so brut just means like, so there's different ratings in sweetness and like basically like how much kind of sugar and sweetness is left. And brut is a dry. It's dry. So there can be like, oh my goodness, I think it was like, they have different names depending on the wines because of where they're from. Like Prosecco is Italian. Cava is from Spain. So like the different things, but there's like I think it was like a demi secco is like kind of a little bit sweeter. Cava, I'm not sure if it's the same with the other sparkling, but I know this one's like demi secco is like a little sweeter. But we just did brut mainly so we could kind of taste the difference in them. But a little stuff about Cava, I'll just tell you real quick. So it's made with like, it can be made with 3 different grapes. Whereas Prosecco is generally made with 1 grape called the Glera. And I think Prosecco has to be 85% Glera at minimum, but a lot of times it's 100% Glera. This one, Cava, is made with 3 different grapes. They're called, I've never heard of them before because they're very like regional to Spain, but it's hopefully I'm saying them right. It's the Macabeo, the Zarello, and the Periada. Those are the 3 grapes that are used. And like we were talking about before, Cava is made the same way that champagne is made. Like it's called the traditional method. And so it's just, it's a little more, I think it's a little more work to do the traditional method. And so there's a lot of characteristics that are going to be similar to champagne, like this a little bit smaller bubbles than Prosecco. But the flavors are going to be a little different because it's made with different grapes than champagne. But anyway, let's open it.
Yeah. Fun fact, I don't think I have ever had Cava. before.
Yeah, I really didn't know a lot about sparkling wine. So this has like been a very educational evening.
I mean, maybe I did unintentionally and I didn't know that that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I think anytime it's either been called just a sparkling wine, or it's been a champagne, or it's been a Prosecco. Yeah. But I don't think I've ever.
Does anybody else want to try this?
I'm scared.
I'll try it. So you
Twist the bottle.
That's actually how I opened mine already, but I think it's because my hands aren't very strong.
It's fun. I think it's so fun. I used to be terrified of opening sparkling wine, and now I'm like, "Ooh, let me open it." I think it's fun.
Please, can I have some?
This one looks a little bit darker, like more golden. Than
it does
the
a little
Prosecco.
bit. The Prosecco.
I wonder if it's because it's aged more.
Ooh,
And
it
it's
smells like
not.
honey.
You can tell it's
Oh,
not
it
as
does.
active.
Wow, that smells just like honey. Oh, I didn't even talk about. Can I see that
flavor
bottle? Yeah.
profile.
So this is this particular wine is Borrasca.
Yeah.
And one thing about it's a Spanish wine, and sometimes it's like somewhat in Spain, kind of toward a region, but really you can have a cava. I think you can make a cava, and it can be called a cava from anywhere in Spain, is my understanding. This one says is spent at least 9 months in the bottle. It's crisp, clean, and well balanced, and features delicate aromas and unique freshness. The unmistakable taste leads from a full, ripe apple, pear, and bright citrus nose, encouraging big, round, soft flavors in the mouth. The finish is appealing and long, with a slight touch of ginger. A perfect wine for brunch, as well as with desserts, such as nuts, puff pastries, and chocolate treats.
Interesting. It's interesting that in the description it doesn't have anything about honey, because it's a very strong.
The honey is
honey.
strong.
I mean, and what's interesting is that I am not the hugest fan of honey.
Oh.
So
Have you tasted it yet?
I have, and it tastes like honey too. So
It does.
It does.
I think it's interesting too, because both of these have been brutes, but this tastes like it's sweet a little bit.
a little bit, yeah.
Even though
yeah.
Chelsea
I
likes
get
the
that.
honey.
I do like. I love honey.
I love honey too. It's not a super strong flavor of honey to me, but I do taste the more like toasty or breadier notes more so than the Prosecco.
Yeah, I get that. These bubbles are a little more subdued. They're not really bouncing around. I don't hear the little ocean noise. Like,
Would you say it's like a coastal mist in your mouth?
Honestly, yes.
yeah,
I think I would. Like
say
I
that.
imagine being at the beach
It's very gentle.
on the Oregon coast and that like just constant mist. That's what it feels like in my mouth.
We should go there.
We should.
We should do that.
You should.
Yeah.
This is a classy lady right here.
A classy lady.
Yeah. What was the other analogy?
A spark.
A spark. This
feel like
is supposed to be a spark.
Yeah, I don't get that as much.
No.
I guess versus a pop, maybe it's like a smaller. Yeah.
Oh,
but
like a spark, like a
Sparkler, maybe.
yeah.
just a little.
Like a smaller event.
I guess I
rather
could
than
see
a-
that. Okay, so let's get back to our pairing topic about adult friendships. Okay, so we've kind of established that we're like friends. We're friends,
Give or take.
But like, I guess like I was kind of thinking, what do you think people would like notice or be surprised by if they kind of like came and hung out with us, like if like for like a week, like maybe they're visiting or something, and they came and like hung out with us and did the things that we normally did together. What do you think that they
Like
would...
usually when we invite people over and you like lock them in that box.
Yeah, shh, don't say that.
We're like, you're going to be our friend. You have been our next victim.
No, we don't do that.
I mean, there's that one week and I don't remember.
Shoot, she found out.
Oh, no, just kidding.
Well, I don't know. And maybe I could be totally off in my thinking, but I like to think that people see our friendship, but that they're not like intimidated to come be our friend, because I feel like we're really open.
We're not mean girls.
We're not mean girls.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we ever are, please someone come and slap us, because that is not.
I don't want to be slapped. So could you just tell me politely?
I don't think there's no cattiness, there's no
There's-
competition.
yeah.
I feel like our mentality is like the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like come join us. And that's why we'll keep asking people and we hope that they say yes. Because like I think we do genuinely like to get to know new people.
Like, we want to get to know you, but also we're not going to chase you. You
Right,
know?
right.
Like, if you want to come hang. But if not,
That's fine.
We're not
we're-
going to pressure you.
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
be
I
having
might
a good
ask
time,
you
regardless.
maybe about 10 times and then maybe
10 times is our limit,
10
guys.
times
So
is
if you
my
hit that
limit.
10 time mark,
I mean, I think I'll keep asking until I'm like, I think this is weird. I should probably stop asking.
Do they seem uncomfortable?
yeah.
I feel like one thing that I have noticed as I've gotten older, or just any age of adulthood, like especially once people start having kids, like you can't be spontaneous. Like it's hard to do spontaneous hangouts. Like just like that, you can't just be like, "Hey, I'm making dinner. You want to come over?" But we do that.
Yeah, we do.
Like, and that's like what I think is a really unique thing about us.
For me, like the social aspect is always more important than whatever plans I have, you know? So, for example, it's like if I'm making a meal that I really was looking forward to for dinner, and then Shannon's like, "Oh, do you want to come over for dinner? We're having whatever." And it's just like, oh, I would rather hang out with our friends and like, you know, let my kids hang out with their friends and spend the evening like being with our friends and fellowshipping with our friends than making whatever, like my yummy dinner that I had planned and I was looking forward to. That can wait for another day. So I think that that's kind of always the mentality that I've had. And I think that's important to me. But do you think that the reason why it's been so easy for us in particular is because of like the proximity too?
I think it helps.
Yeah, that
Because I
does
mean, we're all
help.
really close to each other.
Yeah.
So to make friends as an adult, you have to say yes and be flexible.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I mean,
Maybe.
Is that the magic
know.
sauce?
Is that
I think
Stephanie's
just like
secret?
being open.
I feel like we need to start making bullet points
Yeah.
and we'll present them at the end. Okay. Say yes.
Say yes.
That's number one.
Be flexible.
Be flexible.
Can we just put in like, don't be
A jerk.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Or we can make it more adult, like, don't be a
Cookie.
like simply don't be a
Cookie.
I can handle a level of bitchiness, but like
I feel like maybe that from a marketing perspective.
It's so funny because
Can we put that on a shirt?
don't be a
Cookie.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think the bubbles are getting to our heads.
Oh, hey,
Maybe
Have the
bubbles.
bubbles.
this has been my first glass of bubbly. I swear. I swear.
Just gonna say that after every glass.
We definitely didn't almost finish the Prosecco.
All right, let's
Secrets.
More champagne?
what, should we do the champagne?
You guys,
Okay.
this is the real deal. We can say the C word. Not
Cookie.
But I appreciate that you said it anyway.
the C word in this case is champagne.
Oh, okay.
We have real champagne tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
The Veuve Clicquot champagne. I think you're going to like this. It says, the love of Pinot Noir since 1772. Our black grapes give the finest white wines. Madame Clicquot, 1825. So,
Is this one just Pinot Noir?
I don't know.
So champagne. They can use 3 different grapes.
Yeah.
They can use Pinot Noir,
Oh.
Chardonnay,
Oh.
and Pinot Meunier. I don't know honestly the details of like if they have to be a blend of the 3, if they can just be a single, if they can do 2 of them. But those are the grapes that are traditionally used in. I think you have to use those grapes in champagne.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
This is from Reims, R-E-I-M-S. This is Depuis, 1772. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's the real deal.
But what do we know about champagne?
What do we know?
What is specific? Why can you only call it champagne?
Yeah, it has to be from the Champagne region. That is why we can call it the Champagne, because this is from the Champagne region.
Ooh, Stephanie's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I love the faces.
oh, that was like a
I feel like that one was the
dramatic.
Oh, this one smells from funky. This one has some funk.
Oh.
What is Pinot Noir?
It kind of had like what is that smell that I'm thinking of?
It smells good though. It's like sweet smelling. It smells sugary to me.
Oh, really?
At first it didn't, but then the second
Kind of
smell.
smelled like Band-Aids and mixed
Band-Aids?
Are you supposed to swirl it?
with sulfur. Oh, am I
Band-Aids.
probably not
I mean,
supposed
it
to
might
swirl
have
it.
some sulfur in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I don't,
the
but I
smell.
don't smell that. I don't smell that in this.
mineral.
I smell like a.
I smell like I had a touch of like kind of sweet smell, like a sugar
Oh,
smell,
interesting.
but not.
Just for a moment.
Yeah,
It's a
Oh, I
flash.
smell.
I can't necessarily. I feel like so champagne is more like toasty, almondy, brioche type smells, and honestly,
Does it have any sort of tasting notes written on the back?
No.
I feel. I mean, I already tasted it. I feel like it tastes definitely more savory.
You do not taste with your eyes.
I don't know. This is a comforting smell.
ooh, I feel the melt on my. in my
Oh,
mouth.
really? I was actually thinking the opposite. I was actually thinking that the bubbles were a little bit more aggressive than the Cava.
Oh no, the Cava definitely. I got the like misty beach. This like just literally feels like it's like falling on my tongue.
It's more like a bubbling brook.
Yeah, I do get the melting. I do. I get it. Like
don't.
I feel it.
But I do feel like if you let it sit and let them pop in your mouth, they do feel much smaller.
Oh man,
Like
that's good.
like compared to the
It is really good. I like. It's more savory for sure. which I
It is more
appreciate.
savory.
This is gonna sound weird, but like the smell to me is like the smell of like hot wind, like a hot day.
oh.
Like I know this is chilled, but that's the
I get it. I get
I
it.
can't relate it to
I
anything
feel like
else.
it is like earth and mineral. It's like that more.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a more wine term.
yes.
I know I'm over here like it smells like a hot day.
But in a
Kind
hot
of like
day,
the
earth
humidity,
is baking.
like the hot,
Right?
like yeah, I get it. A toasted earth.
Is that the terroir of
It might be. I
champagne? Like of that.
I'm
of that
pretty
region?
sure this wine was the most expensive one. Significantly more than the other two, and you can tell. Like it's good.
I like the bubbles. Oh, I enjoy the
I
bubbles.
enjoy the bubbles. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I love all these wines.
I feel like the bubbles are kind of like with the others. You feel the bubbles instantly, and this it's like you feel them at the end
Yeah,
of the drink of the sip.
I got some
I get
kind of
that.
aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's a good. I feel like that's a good description.
What was it? Almond. I really tasted the almond aftertaste.
Almond.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, what is that
Like a
taste?
toasted almond.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm a fan.
I receive that.
Yeah, but
I
this
mean,
is. I mean, I
I'm
don't
into
know.
this wine.
This is like not. The others are more party. Like,
Yes. I
more
mean,
of
the
a party
Prosecco,
drink,
the
you
Prosecco
know?
compared to this was like super fruity, real bubbly. Yes, like a party. And this is more like
Yeah.
grown up. Like
this
feels
is-
more refined.
This
A
is like
special
I'm,
occasion.
Oh, 100%.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
toast to the new couple. This is what or maybe not, because I feel like you'd want to
I
party
can like see
drink with that.
so it's interesting because I've always heard that Prosecco was kind of like looked down upon. And I'm like, wow, I love Prosecco. Like I love it. But now that I've like compared them, because I've never done like a side by side kind of comparison, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, I mean, I still love Prosecco and but like I get the difference. Like this is definitely feels more refined, more like thought out, or I don't know, like
More complex.
more complex.
In the, like
yes.
tasting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and I honestly, I love this as much as the Prosecco, but it is different.
When I would pour that Prosecco into my French 75, make a cocktail out of it.
Yes.
I'm
This
not
one,
gonna.
no. I would
would be
just
a
drink
sin.
this one straight up. Yeah.
This is like enjoy it on its own.
Yeah, you absolutely do not use this in a mimosa.
I got the promotion, honey.
yeah.
Let's bust out the champagne. Yeah, that's what this is.
I mean, it's fun. I like it. It's drinkable. I like the Prosecco.
Oh, that you like it better.
Prosecco's
Than
your
I like it
favorite.
better.
Interesting. Champagne, like the region, is kind of like the same climate and stuff as it is out here. So like the like Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, like those are grapes that grow, like that's what they use in Champagne. But like that's like our, like in Oregon, that's like the grapes that people, especially in the Willamette Valley area, like those are the grapes that they grow. And so like we can easily make, and I know there are producers out here that make probably wine in the same method as Champagne that are probably maybe just as good. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just, it's but they can't call it Champagne. They have to call it sparkling wine. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Well, I read that several like major champagne houses actually came out to train winemakers to create.
Oh, like from Champagne?
Yeah,
France?
from the Champagne region.
Yeah, they taught them how to make it out here.
I swear I've only had one glass. I can speak. But yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you said, it is made in a similar method, aged the same amount of time.
Some grapes.
So, but perhaps we should do a comparison later.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Because that could be. I mean, I don't mind doing this again. You know,
as long as we wear the same clothes.
Vogue.
Okay, so kind of like to wrap up our like adult friendship conversation, kind of like 2 questions, like kind of like what are some ways you've like things that you've done like to help spark friendships, like maybe not just with us but like other people, like maybe other things, like even maybe when you're in your like 20s or in your 30s, like what are things that like you did, like maybe like it could be something weird or awkward or
well, I for one have stopped being weird. Just kidding.
Yes.
No, this is going to sound really cheesy, but just listening to people, because people will tell you exactly who they are. And it usually starts with, oh, I'm not one of those that blah, blah, blah.
And
then you find out that they're definitely,
Also, listening is like a really good way to connect with somebody, right? Like if we're not listening, we don't
a different
know.
kind of listening. Yeah.
Like
just
truly
Yeah.
active listening, as we like to say in healthcare.
Yeah, active listening. Well, in education too. It's like actively listening. Yeah. And also just don't be weird.
I also think like connecting,
Or you can be a little weird.
I'm just kidding. Like connecting through an activity, you know. So for a little while, like I worked as a snowboard instructor, and so getting to like go out into like, we called it clinic, but like just to ride with other instructors and like challenge each other and like work together, like you bond in a different way. So I think, you know, if you love paddleboarding, you join a paddleboard group, or if you love hiking, join a group and just meet with people that have a shared interest, and you can get to know them through something fun.
Yeah, when we first moved out here from Texas, like back out here from Texas, we knew Britt, and that was pretty much it. And we had met, like, I had met like a random other person, but like we didn't know hardly anybody. And so my husband and I thought it'd be a good idea to start a monthly potluck, which like is kind of a weird out of the box, like
It's very brave.
thing. It is kind of brave, but like that's kind of who I am. But we started this monthly potluck, and we had you, Britt, and then this other family we knew, and we're like, just invite people. Like if you're at a park, like invite people like to this potluck. And it was like,
if they seem fun, like
if they
get
seem
your
fun,
get a gauge, and like if they seem like, oh, these people.
Yeah, we
might
weren't just
buy.
like walking up and handing flyers. It was like if you like sparked a conversation with somebody, because like especially when you had like, and at the time we had really little kids, like toddlers and babies, and I think I was actually pregnant with when we started it. Like that's such a lonely time, like in a lot of people's lives. So like the only places we could meet people were like at the park or in line at the grocery store. And if you like hit it off, I'd be like, hey, we have this thing every month. Would you be interested in coming? And I'd get their number, and then I'd be sure to message them. And like you guys, like Britt was doing it, and then this other family that we knew were doing it, and like that became our community. Like people actually came. Like it was bizarre. Like it was so crazy to me that people showed up, but like I think so many people were needing some kind of like low entry connection, and it was like, it kind of like could be a lot like opening your home. I feel like especially if you're like new to a town or something, like you could easily do something like that. It's just like, I think back and I'm like so thankful for those people, and just like it's kind of weird, but like
creating the space to connect in. Like don't wait for the opportunity, like make it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think anybody can do that, like do stuff like that. Just like being willing to like open your home and stuff like that to people. But it was kind of like a weird little experiment that we did that still I look back and I like think like that was really cool that we did that, and it was fun, and I still am friends with some of those people.
One interesting thing that I was thinking a lot about too with friendships is that I think sometimes, and I don't know, maybe this isn't true for you guys, but I know it's true for me, is that, you know, in your 20s and 30s, you're trying to like invent yourself, right? So you like kind of think that you're a certain type of person. And so then you're like, oh, I want to only associate with those types of people. And I don't know, as I've gotten older, I'm like, I like the diversity. Like I love the fact that everybody is so different. Everybody has different things to bring to the table. You know, I'm not like necessarily a sporty person, but it's like I have friends who are really into sports, and I like that. I like that diversity. And I'm like, I'm not going to just put you in a box because I think, well, I don't like sports, so I'm not going to try and connect with you.
As an adult, like you can't really be picky. You kind of just have to be okay with the people that keep showing up. Like, and you have to like accept the people who show up. Like those are your people. And you're like, okay, you accept that these are my people, and I'm okay with that. And maybe it wasn't like somebody who I thought I would connect with or who I would maybe even pick. But like if they're the ones showing up, those are your friends. Like embrace them. Like don't try to like push them away or whatever. Like I feel like that's like a huge part of something you have to learn like as an adult, like in relationships.
It's a growing, and I think that was kind of along the lines of, you said it a lot more eloquently than I did. But that was kind of like what I was getting at, is like, you know, when you're younger, you have all these kind of preconceived ideas of who you are. And so that's who you want to be friends with, are people like you. And then when you get, when you're an adult, yes, you just like, a lot of times it's like, I want to hold close those relationships to me that where they show up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need a ride from the airport.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's so healthy to have like a varied perspective. And I think in my work, you know, I have to interact with people of all kinds of walks of lives and all kinds of backgrounds. And 99% of the time, I can find something I can connect to them with. I'm always, and that's kind of my personality, I'm always searching for like, oh, what do you think about this? And like finding connection. If you look for it, I think you can find connection with almost anyone.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. All right. Is there anything clearly you're revisiting something.
Yeah. I'm having some of the Cava because there was a lot left.
Just what are we going to revisit tonight?
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, as much as I appreciated and loved this champagne, it was really delicious. I think that my favorite was the Prosecco. Ooh. So I think I'm going to revisit that.
The Prosecco was good.
I just like the bubbles. The bubbles are fun. I like...
They are. And they are different. They are legit different than champagne and the Cava.
Oh, no. I am revisiting the Cava.
Oh, okay.
She's already revisited.
Yeah, already revisited. That's right.
I don't know. I just I'm really enjoying this. The Cava.
That's good. Well, I'm going to revisit the champagne because I'm fancy.
I'm definitely going to get my own bottle of that one.
I mean, honestly, to be honest, I loved every single one of these. Yes. Like, every single one was delicious.
I already revisited the champagne, or that would be what's in my glass.
Oh,
this was a great idea.
This was.
Yeah. Yep. You know
Bubbles with Besties.
Bubbles with Besties.
Woo! You guys, I have some hot tips for friendship.
Oh my gosh. Let's do a theme song.
We should.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hot tips for friendship. Hot tips for friendship. Hot tips for friendship.
Don't be a
cookie.
So, to summarize this very informative and educational evening, to be a good friend as an adult, you should say yes, be flexible, create space, and practice diversity.
Yes, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Also, now I know what Muppets sound like when they clap.
The bubbles did not go to her head.
This is my only podcast.
Wet Hot Wine is hosted and produced by Stephanie Barnes, Chelsea Frering, Shannon Miller, and Britt Winnica. Sound engineering by Jeremy Miller. Photos by Stefan Frering. Music by Jesse Raborti. And sound effects by Life Barnes. This has been the Wet Hot Wine Podcast, copyright 2026. All rights reserved, just like our last glass.
Futurama.
I never watched
Champagne.
Champagne. Champagne.
Champagne.
Champagne. It's like
Champagne.
it's like
Champagne.
It's like chimichanga. Can I have some champagne with my chimichanga?
We definitely should have started with 2 glasses of Prosecco.
We just might have to bleep it.
But all right.
Can we leave one?
I mean,
Does
Cookie.
make you uncomfortable?
What if we make a t-shirt that just says no
Cookie.
allowed? No
Cookie.
allowed.
I got her good.
Cookie.
Believe that word makes you feel uncomfortable. We're gonna end the night with streaks running down our face.
You know though.
Guys, I'm really focused on this. Oh, I can't open X.
I
Cookie.
believe it's not butter.
Seriously.
Cookie.
Be in this episode. Jesus Christ. I give up on this. Okay.